Hello everyone, my name is Kieran and welcome back to another stream on the channel. Tonight we are previewing the Tottenham versus Manchester United game. It's going to be a big game, the biggest game in my opinion of 2018, and I'm really looking forward to it, really looking forward to it. I've got a lot of points to get through, so we're going to get straight into it. If you are just joining, if you are just watching this as a video, then please do leave a like on the video and do subscribe to the channel if you are new. The aim was 250 subscribers by the end of the January transfer window. We've absolutely smashed that, so any more help you guys could get towards the big 300 would be very nice indeed. But Spurs versus Manchester United, a game which has been played out many times in the fixture list, and as come around again, it is a midweek game, Wednesday, 8 o'clock. We play on the same day as a few of our rivals, Man City. We also play on the same day as Chelsea as well. So, and depending on the results that are going tonight, obviously Arsenal drawing 1-1 at Swansea, Liverpool winning 1-0 at Huddersfield as we speak. So, a possible chance to take points off our rivals. Welcome Ryan, welcome to the stream. Obviously Spurs are one of our rivals at the moment, and obviously with Spurs being in 5th place, it's a big chance for us to consolidate our place in that top 4, and just make it a bit more safe and just make us a bit more stable. So yeah, hopefully we can do that. Let's get straight into the preview. So obviously it's on a Wednesday night, midweek game under the lights at Wembley Stadium. We've had a very good past at Wembley Stadium, especially a certain Jesse Lingard as well loves Wembley, as we all do. It's the ultimate football stadium for anyone around the world, not just England fan. England football supporters. It's the football stadium that everyone around the world wants to go to, the home of football as they call it, and now Tottenham's home ground for the time being. And yeah, I think I think we will do well there. I don't see us losing this game. I think we're in such good form. If you look at our form so far in 2018, 5 games played, we've won every single game without conceding a goal. I mean, that is, statistically, we are the best team in 2018 in the world. So, I mean, it's very good. Obviously, this is our toughest test of 2018 so far, coming up against Tottenham, who at home are a very decent side, only lost there once all season, and that was to Chelsea earlier towards the start of the season, where they were just getting used to the pitch. So it's going to be a very tough game, especially looking at Spurs and how well drilled they are, how good they are, because even though in midweek they do come into this game after drawing with Newport County, we have to remember that on their day they can be absolutely destructive and they could really beat us, and we need to be careful of this. We really need to be careful of this. So hopefully we can get the 3 points, and I do think we can. I think there's no reason why we can't. So yeah, anyway, I mean, obviously, the first thing I'm going to talk about is Alexis Sanchez. Now, this will be his Premier League debut for us. Obviously, playing in the Premier League with Arsenal, but he has not played a Premier League game for us. So, it's going to be interesting to see how he goes. Obviously, being with Arsenal and already playing in the Premier League, he will obviously be, adapted to the league already, which is an advantage we got with him than rather signing someone like Lucas Moura, who we were heavily linked with as well. But signing Sanchez, you get someone who is already Premier League proven, and a player who's going to come straight into this game against Spurs and will know exactly what it means to play Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously for Manchester United and their fans, it's not a bigger deal as Arsenal playing Spurs, because there's not really any derby there. But obviously it is still a very big game in our season, and we need to make sure that we do not take it lightly. Welcome Joe, welcome to the stream. Ryan says, my predicted lineup is De Gea, Smalling, Jones, Young, Valencia, Pogba, Matic, Martial, Sanchez, Mata and Lukaku. Very interesting. As you can see, my predicted lineup going underneath the screen. Welcome Jer as well. He says, I'm excited to see Martial and Sanchez play together tomorrow. Yeah, I really do hope that he doesn't drop Martial for Sanchez. I do want to see them playing in a team together, because I really think it would be a fantastic destructive partnership. And also, I don't think that Martial deserves to be dropped. Obviously, in his first, he scored a goal in each of the 3 consecutive Premier League games that he's played in 2018. So he's on very, very good form at the moment, is Anthony Martial. So it'd be very, very unfair, I think, of Jose Mourinho to drop him for Alexis Sanchez. And I do hope they do play together, because I don't think there'll be many teams in the Premier League, or even indeed in world football, who will be able to stop Martial and Alexis Sanchez. Lukaku, it's just mouth-watering, absolutely mouth-watering. Ryan says, I wouldn't mind Lingard as the number 10 role with Sanchez on the right and Martial on the left. That's an interesting point. Obviously, you know, with my formation, I've kind of gone with the 4-3-3, and it isn't really a number 10. But yeah, it may be Lingard being at number 10. He again is one of the form players, so I think it'd be kind of harsh for him to get dropped. So yeah, it's interesting. I think Lingard would be effective in that number 10 role, and he does really love Wembley. And I think when you have a player who's, you know, has a particular ground, who's very, very, he's got great format, or a team who's very, very good at playing against, you need to play him, because ultimately, if you don't play him, then you know, well, when you have someone who's got good form against a certain team, you know, something can just come off, or you know, they'll just feel good about it. And you know, I think you know, playing Jesse Lingard at Wembley would not be a bad plan at all, and I think you'd really relish the opportunity. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to go through my lineup now, my predicted lineup for this game. Obviously, I'm not in the mind of Jose Mourinho. Oh, no, I was just making sure. I'm not in the mind of Jose Mourinho, so I don't know 100% what he's going to pick. But my prediction for this game is as follows. I've got David De Gea in goal. I've got Luke Shaw, again, very, very good left back. Probably our best left back, really shining through at the moment at Manchester United. I'm really happy to see him reviving his career. Then I'm going to go with Phil Jones and Marcus Rojo. You could have someone like Smalling in there, or you know, Lindelof. I probably wouldn't complain. With Valencia at right back, then a midfield 3 of Herrera, Pogba and Matic, with Pogba being more further forward, giving him the sort of freelance space to move forward. So yeah, that's what I'm going with there. And then up front, I've got Martial on the left, Sanchez on the right, with Romelu Lukaku up front. I think that'd be an absolutely deadly strike force for anyone and any Premier League defence to come up against. They'd be very hard to stop. Trust me, a lot of goals, a lot of flair in that team, and I'm very, very much looking forward to that if it does happen. But I mean, it'd be interesting to see what the lineup does get picked, because, you know, Tottenham are a totally different opposition to someone like, you know, a mid-table team or a bottom-of-the-table team, and especially Yeovil, are completely different propositions. So we're interesting to see how many changes are made from that lineup, and also how many younger players we put into the squad. I think Rashford will be on the bench, but I'm not sure how much of a younger player really counts as. Maybe Angel Gomez might get into the squad as well after an impressive cameo against Yeovil. Maybe Jose Mourinho wants to bump him up again and put him on the subs bench. But I think we will have a lot of options from the bench to come on and hopefully save us if you know, if we're not doing too well. Now, obviously, we talked a bit about Alexis Sanchez, where he'll play. I think, for me, I think he'll play on the right side. I'd like to see him play on the right side instead of Juan Mata, because I think Mata, yes, he's a very, very good player for us, and he's a player I really, really admire. But I think Alexis Sanchez would do better on the right, just because he's more of an out-and-out winger. He's probably got more flair, more pace than Mata, and I think in a Manchester United team, you need that sort of fast-paced, skillful, attacking winger in Alexis Sanchez. So I think Mata is a very, very good bench option, someone to come off the bench, dictate the play, make some decent passes. But I think ultimately I'd love to see Alexis Sanchez on that right-hand side, with Martial on the left and Romelu Lukaku up front. But yeah, I mean, that's my lineup. Please to get your thoughts on the lineup in the live chat as well. And also, if you are watching this, please do leave a like on the stream. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Ryan says he's going with a 4-2-3-1 formation, but would like to see the 3-5-2 formation. Yeah, maybe that. Obviously, I think that was towards the start of the season. We were doing quite well using that formation. And maybe it is a good option for us. Maybe it would be a decent option for us to use that kind of formation. Crazy Peter Gaming, welcome to the stream, buddy. How you doing? Thanks for joining. As I said, guys, please leave a like. Also, yeah, please leave your leave your thoughts and also your predictions for this game as well. So, as I said, obviously another thing we're going to have to watch out for is a threat of Harry Kane. Now, Harry Kane is a striker which a lot of, you have to admire the guys. He's put up some absolutely unreal numbers for Tottenham this season, and indeed the seasons before. And we need to make sure he doesn't score, and we need to stop his threat. I think every time we play at White Hart Lane, he seems to get a goal, or be very, very close to getting a goal as well. And he is a player who's going to carry a lot of threat and will really want to prove himself in these big games. And speaking of someone who wants to prove himself in the big games, Romelu Lukaku as well is an interesting player. Now, I would love to see him get a goal at Wembley and just sort of keep his scoring form up. 18 goals in all competitions this season. Will he be able to make it 20 at Wembley tomorrow? That is the question. That is the question that is going to be answered tomorrow. I would love to see him get some goals because, a lot of people are talking about all the strikers in the transfer window. Obviously, Aubameyang coming into Arsenal, Giroud going to Chelsea, the Morata crisis, Lacazette crisis, and you see all these teams with unrest in their striking position. Even Man City don't really have a proper striker, so it's great to see that Lukaku is performing well and doing his job for the team. And I'm just really, really happy with his progress at Manchester United. Despite whatever the media say, I do really enjoy watching him play. And I think he is very, very effective for the Manchester United team. And I think he'll be a very, very effective player tomorrow. Obviously, Spurs have a very, very strong backline. But Romelu Lukaku is that big physical player with a lot of pace who will really be able to rough them up. Will be able to hopefully hold a key, and hopefully someone like Alexis Sanchez or Martial be able to unlock that key, or even Pogba as well. And I think the best thing about the team is that when you've got players like Lukaku, Sanchez, Martial, Pogba, those four players just embody what should be Manchester United. And if you look at, the past few seasons with Louis van Gaal, David Moyes, we never had that. We've never had such a talented group of players, and it's just really, it's annoying, but, it's great that we do finally have such a talented group of players, and I'm very, very excited for it as well. Ryan says Spurs could be without Eriksen, Lloris and Rose. Yeah, that would be very, very good indeed. Especially Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen is such a huge threat. Especially with the type of balls he can put into the box, the creative play he has is just astounding sometimes. So we need to make sure that we don't, that we deal with that properly. But yeah, we need to make sure we deal with that threat properly. And yeah, it's gonna be a very, very tight game. Don't make any mistake about it. It's gonna be a very, very tight game. Hold on a second. Right, there we go. It seems like Ayew has just put Spurs ahead as well. So very, very interesting. Looks like no, Ayew has put Swansea ahead. So it looks like Arsenal are losing at the moment. Very, very interesting. Welcome the True Mancunian. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Please do leave a like if you haven't already as well, guys. But it'd be interesting to see what you guys have to say on, your predictions for the game and just anything to do with this game at all. Please do leave your thoughts in the live chat and we'll discuss it for you guys. But it does seem like Swansea are beating Arsenal as well. Looks like Arsenal are still crap, even with Henrik Mkhitaryan. Doesn't seem like he's helped too much. And I think the thing is that with Arsenal, I think without becoming an Arsenal fan channel, I think the thing is with Arsenal, their attacking ability is actually quite good. I don't doubt though. It's their defense. Their defense is too shaky, and I think they have failed to improve on that aspect, and they've gone more with an attacking side instead of a defensive side. And yes, buying strikers and that will get you goals, but if you don't have a good defense, then there's no way you're going to be able to win games. So there we go. Yeah, I'm very, very pumped for this game tomorrow, lads. Very, very pumped for this game. I mean, it's the biggest game of 2018 so far, 100%. Biggest game of 2018 so far, and it's just, you know, it's a game which we look like we're gonna win. On paper, we should win this game. We come into this with a lot of good form. 5 games in 2018, won all 5 of them, and we've won all 5 of them, and have not conceded a goal. So at the end of the day, it should be a game which we should win on paper. But football is not played on paper, as a lot of you guys know. So we just have to be careful of that. Really, we just have to be careful of the fact that we need to turn up, basically, is the message. Because Spurs at home will want to put in a performance for their fans, keep up the fortress that has been Wembley, and just put in a good performance. Welcome, Tubes. Welcome to the stream, buddy. How you doing? But yeah, I'm gonna say my prediction now for this game. And also I want to get your predictions as well in the live chat. I've seen Ryan's put his, see the True Mancunian's put it as well. I'm going to go with 3-0 to Manchester United. I'm really, really confident going into this game. I think we're coming to this on such good form. Won 5 games in 2018 without conceding a goal. And I feel like it's going to be the same. I think that Lukaku's going to score. I definitely think Alexis Sanchez will score for Manchester United, and I think that Martial will score as well. But ultimately, that is my prediction. So I think 3-0, Lukaku, Martial, and Sanchez. I'm not sure what order it's going to be in, but that is going to be my prediction for this game. So True Mancunian goes 3-1 Spurs, Kane, Brace, and Dembele, and Matic for Manchester United. So Man United to lose that one. Obviously, the True Mancunian would love Manchester United to lose. But there we go. Obviously, Man City are playing like an easy team at home or something. I don't know. So they're probably going to win that one. Ryan says, I'm going to go with 2-1 United, Sanchez to score. Yeah, I think that would be... I mean, that is a very much a realistic prediction. My 3-0 prediction is a bit out there, but you never know what's going to happen with that. But ultimately, 2-1 is a very, very solid prediction, my friend. But yeah, Ryan says 3-0, huge score prediction. I think there'll be a goal in it. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I do think it's going to be a close game, don't get me wrong. I definitely think it's going to be a game which is very, very close to call. But I do think they'll be similar to the Arsenal game in that it was a close game for the majority of the game. It was just, we started really well, and when you have that lead, it's very hard to come back into it, and I think it'll be similar to that. I think Jose Mourinho will have prepared the players very, very much for this game, and they'll know how big of a test it is to go to Wembley and play Spurs, and they'll know the occasion, and we have the players to override the occasion. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with that prediction. I'm going to stick by it. I do hope it comes through, and ultimately, I do hope that a few big teams around us drop points. Liverpool currently leading 1-0 at Huddersfield, unless something has happened in that game. But I think results, Arsenal are losing at the moment, I think, to Swansea. So, happy days at the moment for us. Happy days if you are a Man United fan. Apparently, RU capitalised on Czech's mistake. But yeah, Giroud comes on for Arsenal as well. So we'll see how that game plans out. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but there we are. Oh, goodness. I've seen the check mistake. It was really, really... It was not good at all, lads. It was not good at all. But yeah, I mean, if there's anything else you guys want to talk about in the live chat to do with the preview, I think it's going to be a tight game. I have gone with 3-0, and I think we're just going to be right up for it after being Yeovil. Obviously, Spurs is a completely different ball game, and we have to remember that. But I think that Spurs is a type of team which can capitulate or can be absolutely solid and have a fantastic performance, as we saw when they beat Real Madrid. They can go from beating Real Madrid to losing to someone like West Brom or Burnley. So, you know, they're pretty inconsistent. I think a lot of Tottenham fans would say they are quite inconsistent. So, that's really what I think, to be honest. Yeah, please do leave a like if you haven't already as well. If you are watching this, please do leave a like on the stream. Also, you've been killing it with the, as I said, the likes. You know, just killing it with all the support, and I do appreciate that. Tube says 1-0 Jones winner. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that. I wouldn't put it past Chris Smalling scores if he plays, because he does like scoring a header or two. But Phil Jones getting the winner. You never know. You never know. But, I mean, that would be nice. I don't mind how we win tomorrow as long as we win. It's the type of game where it's a big game. You want to win. And if you don't win the game, you feel gutted. I just want to get that over the line. As Ryan said, I would take it. I would 100% take it. You know, I just want to get over that line with 3 points in your back pocket, knowing that you've done the job and you put pressure on the Man City at the top of the table. And we need to do that. Just get over the line however you can. Job done. But I do think it's going to be quite close, as Tube says there. And hopefully with the team that I've selected, or the team that Jose Mourinho has selected, hopefully it will, you know, hopefully it will. We have enough to beat Spurs by 2 or 3 goals, no doubt about it. Ryan says not much people on the stream. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've noticed that. I guess I do know there is a problem with, like, you know, notifications and that. And I do realise that can be the problem. Also, maybe it possibly be, you know, people just, you know, doing stuff tonight. But there we go. But yeah, if you guys are watching and do have problems with your notifications, then hit that notification button by the subscription button, and it'll notify you every time I go live. So, you know, if you are if you are watching this and didn't get the notification when it went live, then yeah, I do apologise about that. Chiefs says, no surprise I'll play their cup finals versus Man United. Yeah, I know, yeah, it's ridiculous. Obviously Huddersfield, I think Liverpool are beating Huddersfield. But it's annoying because, you know, it's just what smaller teams do. They see United as a massive club, a lot of money, the biggest club in the world. They want to go there and perform. And with sort of a club like Liverpool, it's not that. It's not all that really. There has been clubs, so there we are. Ryan says should we start Martial on the left and Sanchez on the right with Lingard at number 10? I would agree with that. I think that'd be a decent lineup. I think it provides a lot of balance, a lot of pace, power going through that midfield, that just in behind Romelu Lukaku. And I think with Lukaku, you've got that big personality, that big pace, power player, and you need those smaller, kind of more creative players in behind him to feed him the balls, and so we can get the goals. And I mean, it's simple terminology, but it's simple really if you think about it. So ultimately, I really like to play that sort of way. Ryan says it'll be 4 or 5-0 on Saturday. I really hope so. I really hope we absolutely batter Huddersfield, because, you know, what they did to us at their home ground was just, it was a shocking performance from Manchester United. But, you know, they played as well as they did all season, and it was all the mind games saying, oh, don't expect us to be good or whatever, and then they go and beat us, and it's just ridiculous. But there we go. I mean, as Chief said, we need to be ruthless, and I think at home this season we have been very, very good. We've been absolutely ruthless. We've you know, killed off teams 3 or 4-0, and hopefully we can do that again with Huddersfield and really pummel them into the ground and just put in a really, really good performance, and, you know, just keep the wins coming. Because we are on a bit of a winning streak in all competitions. 5 games, as I said. We've won all of them in 2018, not dropped a single point, and not conceded a single goal as well. So we've been really, really on it in 2018, and And I do hope that that form continues for the rest of 2018. Tube says, De Gea, Valencia, Jones, Smalling, Shaw, Matic, Pogba, Lingard, Martial, Lukaku, and Sanchez. Very, very nice lineup indeed. I definitely agree with that. And I think that, I mean, obviously I put Rojo in, and I think Smalling might actually deserve it over Marcus Rojo. I do think that Rojo's a bit shaky, but I think that ultimately in the big games he can be a very, very good player. He gives us all in defence, and but with all the defensive characters we have in there, you know, you got Lindelof as well. Lindelof, Rojo, Jones, Smalling, Bailly as well when he's back fit. We've got so many decent centre-backs, so it's almost like we're blessed for that as well. Ryan says, I wonder if Jose will choose Young over Shaw. I mean, it's interesting. Obviously, speaking of big game players, it does seem like Jose Mourinho favours Luke Shaw in the big games. And it'd be interesting to see what happens. I thought Luke Shaw played alright against Yeovil. But as you guys are saying there, I think, you know, Jose Mourinho does like picking Ashley Young for these big games. But it's another one which is it's debatable. I've obviously gone for Luke Shaw. I think he'll be a very, very decent player to put in there. I think over Ashley Young. But they're both really, really good players to have. In terms of rotation. Just says, should beat Spurs 1 or 2-0 and then Huddersfield 3 as a warm-up for the FA Cup tie. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Obviously, we've got Huddersfield and Birmingham in the Cup, as I did a reaction video for that. If you want to go check that out, it's up on the channel. But yeah, we did that, and it was, I thought ultimately, you know, I thought it's a decent tie for us. I'm not sure what you guys have to think about it. But yeah, hopefully we can get the 2 wins. And yeah, I just hope that we can continue our winning form, to be honest. We need to make sure we go on a big winning form if we want to try and challenge for these trophies. And it's all about momentum. Even if, you know, we're not going to win the title, it's all about gaining momentum and keeping this momentum going towards the end of the season. Tuesday, Swansea 3, Arsenal 1. Oh my goodness me. The boys will not be happy at Arsenal Fan TV. Sam Clucas. Wow, so Arsenal are not going to get back in it. That is funny. Arsenal have lost again to a smaller team, even after all the transfer hullabaloo that is going around. And Aubameyang, what is Aubameyang getting himself into? Joining a club which is losing 3-1 away to Swansea City. I mean, it's awful for Arsenal, to be honest. They are a joke. They are a joke at the moment. I mean, even with the possibility of bringing in Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang, which I thought were going to be really, really good additions, you're still losing 3-1 to Swansea, and it's obviously it's not the attacking ability, it's the defence that needs sorting out at Arsenal. But hopefully for our sake they don't sort that out. Tube says Liverpool have 3 points behind us. We have a game in hand. Yeah, we do. So you know, we need to make sure that we don't we don't slip up, because Liverpool could be taking our spot in second place. We need to make sure we keep winning games. It's very, very easy to say. Just as Swansea are having some finish to the end of the month. First Liverpool, now Arsenal. Yeah. I mean, I think whatever the new manager is, he's really galvanising the players. Really, you know, making them play well. And, you know, good luck to Swansea. I've always admired them. And I hope they stay up. But ultimately, I don't really care that much. But anyway, guys, I am going to end the stream here. Thank you very much for watching. I know it's a bit of a shorter stream than usual, but I do appreciate everyone who has been watching this stream. If you are watching this as a video, get your thoughts in on the Spurs game below. Please do. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Manchester United content. If you are having trouble with notifications, then hit that notification bell next to the subscriber button and you will be notified every time I go live. And join me tomorrow straight after the game for the review of the game, and we'll be talking everything about the game and how it went for you guys. So please do leave a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the review of the Tottenham game. By the way, just to make sure you guys know, 3-0 is going to be Lukaku, Sanchez and Martial to score. You heard it here first. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.